Hey, what's going on, guys? Victor Chambers. Have a little story for you guys. I hope this isn't a long video. It might be a little longer. It's not going to be super long. But I'm outside of a signer's home right now, and there's a little bit to this story. Firstly, I got this signing yesterday, and it was actually a two-pack, basically two sets of loan documents for two properties, one being a primary residence and the other being an investment property. So I I was given both of them. Obviously, two signers have to meet with them at their home, knock out two packages. All good. um, Two fees, which is great for only one trip. So everything is good. Everything was good. I went to download the loan package last night, or the loan packages last night, and downloaded them, and then went to print them, and got this really weird error message in Adobe. Now, mind you, I had a signing earlier in the day, had no problems downloading, printing, anything. So got this weird message in Adobe. I have never seen it before. Maybe I'll put up a screenshot of what it looks like. But it basically said that no pages were selected to print, unable to print, something like that. I'll try to put up a screenshot or something. So I'm like, okay. I tried to print other documents. They printed fine. I Googled, I researched. I tried to like play with some settings in Adobe. I uninstalled it. I reinstalled it. Still the same error. I tried on another computer. Still the same error. So I said, okay, it's not Adobe. It's not my computer. It has to be the document itself. I even went as far as to almost reprint a full set of the previous loan package I had done earlier in the day. Now, that was a good test because the package was from the same exact title company and lender. So I said, okay, there's something different about these two particular loan packages that's not allowing me to print them. I have a Mac, so like I tried to print in like the preview app, but of course you should never try to print in that because it's not going to print correctly like Adobe does. That app printed them not correctly, but it printed them. Went back into Adobe, still was getting the same error. So I'm like, okay, and this is like last night. Um, Mind you, the signing is at 10 o'clock this morning. So have to figure this out pretty quickly. So reached out to the title company and folks right away, and I said, hey, I have this signing tomorrow morning. There's two loan packages. I'm not able to print either package. This is the error I'm getting. I showed them. They responded pretty quickly, and they said, the documents look okay on our end. Um, you know, they look fine. They don't seem to be any issues. I said, well, did you actually try to print? Because it's not they're not printing, and I've printed a loan package from you specifically earlier today with no issues. So there must be something with this particular loan package. So they resent the loan packages to me via email, and I downloaded them from email, tried to print them again. Same issue was still there. So they said, okay. What they did is that they emailed me for both loan packages. The packages broken up by the sections. So you had a lender section, you had a title affidavit section, you had notary instructions, you had the label. It ended up being like 8 PDF files for each loan package. So we're talking about 16 files roughly together. And so they said, well, try to print these individually and see if you have the same issue. So I downloaded all of them. I started printing them or started trying to print them, and no issues with printing it that way. So that told me that there was an issue actually with whatever process they use to merge all these files and all these components of the package together. I came to one document specifically that was a part of the package, which isn't normally in these particular packages. And I went to print it, and it got the same error message that I had before, and it wouldn't print. And it was just 2 pages. So 2 pages, two of the same pages that was in both packages. That's not normally in these packages from this lender and this title company. So I said, okay, these 2 pages are the issue why these whole packages won't print. And so, long story short, those documents weren't really anything special. So I just printed them in the preview app on my Mac, because they would print normally, through that, and I just needed to get them printed, right? And everything else I was able to print through Adobe, as normal. It was a little more work because I had to again download all those files. I had to print them all twice essentially, and make sure they were in the right order and all of that. So it was a bit of a headache and a hassle, and it took made my prep time a little longer. The signing was scheduled at 10, and again, I'm not saying all of this to throw shade at the signing service, the title company, anybody in particular. I'm telling you all of this, as a way of sharing my experience and walking you through how I troubleshoot issues that arise, because as a notary loan signing agent, you will encounter these kinds of things, and you need to be good at thinking on your feet, communicating proactively. And so I'm sharing this story as a way, again, not to throw shade on anyone, the borrower, title company, signing service, lender, not throwing shade on anyone, but just as a way of sharing my experience and hoping that it helps you and makes you a better notary loan signing agent. So again, 2 loan packages. I was scheduled to meet with this borrower at 10. During my confirmation call yesterday, he said, I have a hard stop at 11, so I need to be done by 11. Now, I'm like, okay. Where I was going was about 30 minutes from my house, but can take about an hour to get to it just because of traffic. And I know that by experience. So I said, okay, I need to budget about an hour to get to this place. He said, can you be here at like 9:30? And I knew I would not be able to leave my house until about 8:30 after I dropped my son off. So I said, okay, let's shoot for 9:30. I should be able to get there by that time. So now the meeting time is 9:30 instead of 10, which gives me an hour and a half to get through 2 loan packages, which is not difficult to do at all. The packages are virtually the same, so signing one is like, or signing the second one is like signing the first one, essentially. The only thing that's different is basically the numbers. And the investment property package was a little smaller because you don't have like right to cancels and things like that. So get there 9:30, pull up. The borrower wants to sign in his garage on the trunk of his Tesla. I'm like, okay, we have 2 loan packages to sign, so that means it's going to take us about an hour at least to get through everything. And the fact that we have to sign on the back of your trunk with all of these documents makes the flow and the organization of any signing a bit more challenging. So I was a little not frustrated, but I was like, okay, we just gotta deal with it. Always maintain your composure and be nice, provide service, and just get it done. So we got it done. We signed, and had to work a little harder to keep things organized. And it was the borrower. It was a couple, so it was 2 signers, and we're signing on the back of the Tesla in the garage, standing up. It wasn't super cold, and thank goodness for that, because that would have made it a little more annoying. But we got through everything, and so I was super close to just after we were done to packing up, and normally 100% of the time I do a signing at the table. I'll go back through the loan packages at the table before I get up and leave. I was this close to not doing that, right? I was this close to not going back through the loan packages. One, because there were 2 loan packages to go back through, and then just flipping through loan packages on the trunk of the car outside. It's not windy, but it was, it's a bit more challenging. And so I was like, I don't think I missed anything. And so I was going to just pack up and go about my business without reviewing at the table like I do any other time. But I said, you know what? I packed up. I told them, I said, I'm going to sit in the car because they had to get back to whatever they were doing. I'm going to sit in the car and just review the loan packages to make sure we didn't miss anything. I'll call you if there's anything that we need to revisit, anything that we need to sign, initial or date or whatever. And so they were like, okay. They went in the house. I sat in the car, went back through the first loan package, flawless. Went through the second package, and the borrower missed a couple of dates. Now, I'm super glad, and this just reiterates the point that you never leave a signing without double checking your work. You should always go back through because there's always something that maybe you didn't miss, but maybe the borrower missed and you didn't catch them missing it. And this was like, I think this was the like errors and omissions compliance agreement and the correction agreement. So two documents back to back. So I called the borrower and I said, hey, we missed a couple of dates. And he was like, well, I'm in a meeting now, so I can't come back out for another 10 minutes. I said, okay, you don't have 30 seconds to just date a couple of documents. And he said, no, I can't leave. Now, mind you, it's before 11, and he was supposed to have a hard stop at 11. So not sure what changed, but at any rate, he said he couldn't come out. He said, I'll be out in about 10 minutes. I'm still sitting in the car waiting for him. And that was like 15 minutes ago. So I'm not sure where he is, but I want to get these documents dated so I can get my behind out of here and get these loan packages dropped. But just goes to show you that you're going to encounter some issues, right? And again, I'm not telling this story to throw shade at the lender, title company, signing service, or the borrower, but just as a way to shed some light on certain issues you guys will encounter when you're actually out in the field and you're doing this business. Again, I don't know. I'm actually about to call him again because he told me 10 minutes and he's not here. But I'm going to call him and see if he can just date these couple of documents right quick. So again, that I can get out of here and get these packages dropped. But I hope you learned something from this story. You just have to be ready to expect whatever might happen, as you're out here doing this part-time, full-time, whatever. But just again, wanted to share this story. Hope it helps you. Hope you learned something from it. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.